Hey, what's up, everyone? Well, I am playing Golf Plus, but one of the reasons why I'm doing a video today is I finally got my Golf Club extension, and this is the first time, and this is actually the first version I'm testing. There's three I'm going to be receiving total. This is the first, and I'm going to tell you, after about a half hour or so playing, it makes a big difference. Okay, so how it works is that for this one requires you just put your controller inside a little socket, which then screws onto what looks like a golf shaft, and the grip and so forth. The controller is pretty much held onto this little white plastic contraption with a little lock on the top. There are different ones that have Velcro to hold things in place. Some use like certain like rubber bands. This one has like a plastic extension. So it's really easy to use, really easy to put together. As for the string that usually holds the controller, it actually goes inside the grip. So when you screw things down, you just put it inside. But so far, after testing it, I did have some concerns because, again, there are different kinds, and this one has a latch that locks on the top of the ring of the controller instead of using Velcro. And part of me is like, what if I swing too hard? What if the controller flies out or something like that? Well, so far I've been able to do some powerful swings and have not had any fears of it flying out. Because I can tell you right now, if it did, it would go through towards my kitchen area, and I know that the controller would pretty much, break apart if it hit something, especially in the on the tile flooring. So, that was one of my worries at first, but then, after seeing how well that contraption is on top, I became more confident. These golf extensions are not cheap. On Amazon, they go about almost $80, under $80 each. eBay, you could get them about $40, so they're much cheaper. But I think the prevailing theme is that a lot of people who do play golf and people who are trying to get an extension because they want to practice their golf game. I'm sure there's an assumption by the manufacturers, and I would assume that they're made in China, possibly. But there's probably an assumption that golfers have money. They want to practice their game. They go to the actual golf course, so they can actually charge a bit more. And if that's the case, yeah, they're charging about under $80, and of course they're cheaper on eBay. I'm getting it through Amazon, but the thing is that yeah, there are different kinds. The first one I'm doing just requires a latch. From what I'm seeing right now, looking at it, um, this one is actually for a right hand. It'll ask you, are you? Actually, it's for my right controller. So it'll ask you for your left or right. So this one actually, there was a preference. I think other ones, it doesn't matter if it's left or right controller. But again, when you do plan to buy one of these, definitely look at the kind that you're getting, how things are locked into place, and if it offers a variety. If you are left-handed or a right-hander. Okay, so what about the benefits? Well, so far while playing it, it gives you this idea that you're actually swinging a golf club as opposed to when I was just using the controller. One of the things is, as you can see right here, before, when you're holding a controller, it feels like, when you look at it, you can feel that you're holding the controller, but when you're holding the grip, it feels like there's more of an extension. When you're looking at it, it feels like you're holding an actual golf club. When you're swinging, it feels like you're holding a golf club. You know, it, the I mean the grip is, has that rubber coating. So in a way, it feels like you're actually holding a golf club, and I think that's the plus for a lot of people why they invest in these. The other thing is that it plays with your mind because while you're swinging, when you're holding it, again, because you think it's like you're holding an actual golf club, you forget that actually when it's connected to the controller, it's probably about a foot in height. But when you start playing in VR, it gives you a sense that you're holding an actual golf club. So it's really a major trip. Let me go ahead and reposition things here. If anything, that's the only thing that you're going to have to get used to is that if you're repositioning the ball or stuff, it was easy to hold the controller and do that. Now you're going to have to, put your hand down a little bit towards the controller because of the grip extension, or the golf club extension, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this is such a trip. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to swing it. It doesn't matter where I go here. I see this is a major difference now. Back then, when I swung with the touch controller, I was actually getting, hits that seemed like they were going straight all the time. And that's one thing I've noticed with Golf 5, the Golf 5 game, is that it kind of mimics my shots. But when I added this extension, now I'm hooking and I'm slicing something I never had to, something that I was never used to on Golf Plus, because Golf Plus, wherever I hit, I knew where I was going to go. In a way, it made it a little bit easier. But with this, it adds a little bit more of a challenge. So it makes me, want to focus where I'm hitting the ball and how I'm holding the actual club. Look at that. So see, I'm actually hooking it quite a bit. So let's try this. Nope, I don't want to go there. Let's go right here. Okay. So I'm actually, let's put it right here how I usually go, because I tend to. Yep. And bear in mind, this is how I actually hit when I go to the golf course. Usually goes towards my right, so I had to position my body towards the left. So in a way, now that with this extension, kind of actually now mimics my actual golf swing, which makes it a little bit more challenging now, because again, when I used the controller, I was hitting almost accurately. And you saw, for people who saw my videos, I was getting eagles or birdies because of the position. But now, quite a bit of a challenge. I'm going to aim to my left a little bit now, like I would in actual golf. Hold on here. Again, it's playing with my mind. I feel like I'm going to hit the TV or hit something behind me, because I feel like I have a golf club in my hand, but I don't. So this is such a trip. There we go. As you guys can see. Interesting. So I'm gonna go. Let's go to actually, let's go to the menu. We're gonna do Topgolf right now. I want to see how my drives go, especially now using this. Okay, here we go. I pulled on that one. Yep, I messed that one up. Wow, it makes such a big difference. Gosh, it's now mimicking my actual golf swing. Before I never did that. If I took out the Oculus and just held it, it would go straight most of the time. But this is such a trip, and in a way I like that. Because I do play golf. And I want something that I could work on my swing, so this is pretty cool. There we go. Stay focused. Make good swings. Bend my knees there a little bit. Come on, I need to move closer. What the heck just happened there? I don't even know where the ball went. Where'd it go? How the hell did it go up there? I don't know what happened there. Wow. So this makes it really challenging, but I don't mind. That's my golf swing. Yep. This is actually how my golf swing is. That's a trip. It's gonna take some getting used to, but you know, some people were saying, well, if you do better with just the controller, why even use the extension? Well, again, it helps you practice on your actual golf swing to correct things. See, I know I tend to hook. So it's going to take a while for me to get used to it, but I like it. I do like it. Where the heck did it go? See, this is what I don't understand. How that goes backwards. I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to aim to the left like I would actually do in the golf range. Go in the middle. Yep. Such a trip that I have to do that here. Oh man. Yeah, I need to practice. Wow. So, let's practice a few things here. Let's say if I aim right here. Interesting. Now, let's say if I aim right here. And now I aimed right here in the center, because that's where I need to actually work on. Because I tend to hook things. Okay. Wow. So it actually does. It does affect my swing, but in a way, it's good to know. Because now it's starting to mimic my actual... Yeah, we know that. Wow. But anyway, this is the first time using a golf club extension for my Oculus controller. Usually here, as you can see, my score is 134. With the controller I get 283. It's gonna take some time getting used to, but yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I need to get used to this extension. Because a lot of people, I was reading online of how they, using the controller, it messed with their actual swing when they were playing golf. So they got the extension so it could match up with how they actually hit. And that's something I need to do. Because right now, from what I saw, and I think I mentioned it in the video, that it doesn't really mimic my actual swing. Mine tends to hook. It goes to the right quite a bit in actual reality. And using the Oculus controller, it was always going straight. I knew how the hits were going to go, and I did really well. But now, with the extension, it's now actually using my style of hitting. which is I guess you could say good or bad. The good is that yeah, you're working in your swing. The bad is that I'm no longer getting on the dot hits, so I can usually predict, oh yeah, the ball's gonna roll in, go for an eagle, but now it's gonna take some time to figure out or get used to the new extension. But I have two more to review, but this one is actually very interesting. Again, I do like it. This one is the version that latches on the top of the ring and holds things in place. So, again, first time using a golf club extender for the Oculus Touch, and it does a great job of mimicking your actual swing and your hit in reality. Mine tends to hook a lot, and now it's hooking a lot. Something I never really had to worry about with just using the actual touch controller. But for those who want more of the realism, definitely invest in it, especially if you want to improve your golf game. So I'll talk to everyone. See you later.